bad news for former President Donald Trump's social media platform, Truth Social, or, as he likes to call it,
Truth Central.
Truth Central. Fox News is reporting that a vendor is accusing the platform run by Devin Nunes of stiffing them out of more than $1 million in contractually obligated payments. Oops. Sources tell Fox Business, that if the allegations are true, they would suggest that Truth Social's finances are in significant disarray. So let me give you more details about this. Now, the internet infrastructure company RightForge is said to be among Truth Social's largest vendors and creditors, according to sources. In October, RightForge announced that it entered into an agreement to host Truth Social, which Trump helped create after he was banned by Twitter following January 6. RightForge is now contending that Truth Social has unsurprisingly reneged on its contractually obligated monthly payments for setting up the platform's web servicing infrastructure, according to 3 people with direct knowledge of the matter. These people say RightForge contends that Truth Social has made only 3 payments and had ceased making any more payments since around March. All in total, RightForge is saying Truth Social owes it about $1.6 million in back payments and is threatening legal action in order to recoup their money. Of course. Oops. Sad baby. Well, you know what I say to that?
I'm not worth your McDonald's money.
Yeah, it's not either. It's not. It's Truth Social. But anyway, they don't have any money. But the other thing that I say is, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Hey, RightForge, you knew what you were getting into. You were hosting Truth Social. Donald Trump has a history of stiffing contractors. I mean, again, odds are, if you loan Donald Trump money, or if Donald Trump somehow owes you money, you ain't getting that back. There is no way in hell you're not getting that back. You might as well just not even try. It's flushing your money down the toilet. That's what happens when you give money to Trump or any sort of his projects or anything like that. You're just going to lose it. I don't understand how anyone still owes him money or loans him money or makes any sort of contracts or deals with him. You know he's not good for it. You're not getting it back. Again, even back in 2016, we knew that Donald Trump does not pay his bills. Again, USA Today's Steve Riley back in 2016 detailed how Trump had faced, at that time, and there's more, at least 60 lawsuits, hundreds of liens, judgments, and other government filings that Trump had failed to pay. For example, a dishwasher in Florida, a glass company in New Jersey, all people he stiffed, a carpet company, plumber, painters, 48 waiters, dozens of bartenders and other hourly workers at resorts and clubs, coast to coast. Not only that, but he has stiffed real estate brokers who had sold his properties, and even several of the law firms that had once represented him in those very same lawsuits and others. And most recently, of course, he stiffed the Freedom Girls, several states and cities when it came to security for his rallies, his own lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, Yes, he didn't even pay him. I mean, come on. The guy does not pay his bills. He just doesn't. He just doesn't. Now, which, again, is super ironic, right? Pro-Trump Republicans, they're raging about the little bit of student loan debt cancellation that Biden just did. I just wanted to point that out. The man doesn't pay his bills. He had gotten about $280 million, I think it was $287 million of debt forgiven by the banks. And again, these people, the chuds, look up to him. And they say, oh, yeah, you got to pay your bills, though. You got to pay your bills. That guy doesn't pay his bills. And you want students that are drowning in student loan debt to pay those bills. Really? Really? Okay. Anyway. Now, again, we're talking about predatory student loans as well. But anyway, look, the reason that Trump doesn't pay his bills is because Trump's not a billionaire. Trump's a fake billionaire. He's a pretend billionaire. He doesn't actually have the monies. He has a lot of debt. That's what he has. And by the way, the same reason why the Trump Media and Technology Group can't pay these bills and why True Social is doomed. It is. It's gone. It's swirling the drain. In fact, in a May regulatory filing, and we've seen this, again, coming for quite some time, Digital World stated, there is no operating history upon which to base any assumption as to the likelihood that Trump Media will prove successful, and Trump Media may never generate any operating revenues or ever achieve profitable operations. If TMTG is unsuccessful in addressing these risks, its business will most likely fail. Again, another failed business for Trump? Oh, no, would never happen. Really? Oh, nobody could see that one coming, except everyone that isn't watching, I guess that isn't watching conservative media. Because remember, conservatives, they live in a different reality, a different media reality. And again, it is shaped by right-wing pundits. You don't hear about the business failures. You don't hear about any of that. All you hear about is Donald Trump, billionaire, rich, successful businessman. You don't hear about any of these failures. You don't hear about Trump Air. You don't hear about Trump Steaks. You don't hear about the students that he defrauded with his fake university. You don't hear about any of that stuff. All you hear about is how successful and rich Donald Trump is, and that you should bow down to him like a god, like the god that he is. They don't hear about any of this stuff, and so, of course, they're deluded, and they think, oh, I got to give that guy my money. I'm going to give that guy my banana, right? The alpha male. He's going to get my banana. He's going to get my money, my Social Security money in some cases. No, he's a thief. He's a fraud. He's there to rob you. That's his whole point. That was the whole point of him becoming president, so they could, perpetuate one of the biggest robberies on the American people. And guess what? That was the Trump tax cuts, 83% of which went to the highest earners in this country. So that's what it's all about. And even though, he still scammed so many people out of their money, he's still not rich. It's amazing. Now, that said, let's go here. Back to that May regulatory filing, right? The filing also added that True Social doesn't yet generate revenue, of course, and may begin to generate revenue from the True Social platform as early as 2023. That is very unlikely to happen. That is super optimistic, right? Again, probably never going to happen because right now, the planned merger with Digital World Acquisition Group, that is the Special Purpose Acquisition Company, or SPAC, or basically blank check. I mean, that's what SPACs are. They're essentially blank check companies where investors will pour a lot of money, sometimes not even knowing what it's actually going to go to, which is very, very weird. I would never imagine investing in a place where in this blank check fund, and I don't know where that money's going to go. In fact, there were some people who actually did contribute to that, and once they found out that it was going to be a Donald Trump related project, they were like, "Oh, pull out! We got to get out of here!" No, because they know the truth. They know that it's never going to make any money. It's never going to get them any sort of return on investment.
Don't you ever do that. Don't you ever do that. I tell you, don't do it.
Those are the people that are like, no, don't do it. Don't give to Trump. It's a bad idea. You're going to go broke. And that's what looks like it's going to happen, even though, by the way, the merger is not, at this point, not even going to happen. Look, that merger has been put off indefinitely amid various probes into business dealings, including a Justice Department grand jury probe and an investigation by the SEC. That SPAC was going to infuse apparently some much needed amount of donor money to, keep this media venture going, social media venture, until it either became profitable, which again, I don't see that coming, or completely falling apart like the Ponzi scheme that it is. You don't think Devin Nunes has a golden parachute waiting for him? Or Trump, who has a big stake in this, although is not actually involved in the day-to-day operations? Of course, he's gonna pull the ripcord, and he's gonna make sure that he gets as much money he can when it falls apart. Now, the other thing that's funny, I should say the last thing, is if he loses Truth Social, the only place where he can sit there and post really dumb rants, well, I mean, that's going to be sad for him, but also hilarious.